So today we're going to go over GenSpark's incredible updates that now include AI slides, AI podcasts, AI development, and AI designer, which allows you to design posters and t-shirts. That we now have access to Nano, which is Google's brand new image model, on top of having access to VO, which allows you to make videos directly in this tool. So today I'm going to walk you through how exactly do this and how you can access it. And again, talk about how awesome this particular tool is. So stay tuned and build along with us. So the updates are absolutely great. We're going to go over each of the updates and we're going to give you some clear examples. I'm also going to show you ways that you can actually make money with some of this stuff to make it even easier for you to kind of make up for the whatever amount you're paying for it. Now, I do have the basic plan. It does come with credits. And the other thing that I'm also going to make sure you fully understand is there's a lot of AIs that are out there. You got to be careful which country they're based out of based on your privacy and what is actually being sent and whether or not you have control over your privacy. Now, remember, the data policies can be either with and supported by the government, or the government can have full access. Now, where this particular app is, it has the particular access where the government can go in at any point in time and gather your data. So would I put financial statements in here? No, I wouldn't. Would I share other critical information that's very vital to me and my particular well-being? I will not. So just please make sure you guys understand that when dealing with any of these AIs, it is being used for predictive analytics, which means they are grabbing a lot of your data and they are putting it out there. So just be very careful what you're putting into it. Doesn't mean that you can't conduct business, and doesn't definitely mean that you can't use the things that are out there publicly inside of this to create some pretty awesome and amazing things. But I just want to make sure that you guys fully understand this, that all AI is being used everywhere and it is grabbing a lot of data. So just be very careful what you put into it. That's like a little disclaimer just for anybody out there, right? Now, with that all being said and disclaimer kind of out there, let's go in and have some fun with this because there are incredibly cool amount of things that you can do. So the first thing I want to make sure you guys see and I'm going to go in a particular order based on what I thought was really, really cool and the way that I use it. So I have a YouTube channel. Obviously you guys are here and you're watching it, and I want to convert my YouTube channel to a podcast, but I want somebody else to kind of give a brief overview of the video and kind of go through it. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I can convert any video or any document into a small podcast that you can feature inside of your actual, websites, send it out to different individuals, put a part of a membership area, whatever you want to do, but you can leverage this. So the first thing we're going to do is access GenSpark, and I'm going to go over the different pricings and plans so you can see it. So if you just go into your Google search, so I'm just going to come over here and we're just going to open up another tab, and I'm literally going to type in GenSpark and I'm going to hit enter. And again, you got your all-in-one AI workplace, and I'm going to go ahead and select it. Now, when you come and select it in here, you're going to come into here. Now, I have an account. If you don't have an account, like I said, it costs the thing $24.95, but you can come in here and there's different pricing plans, and you can come into view plan. As you can see, I have tons of credits. You have your $19.99, and then you have your $199 a month. Honestly, if you get it, you're billed annually. This is cost as much as ChatGPT, and I got to be honest, it's pretty darn cool. What I do like about it is that you can access multiple different models, which I'm going to show you today, but it makes it a really viable plan out there for you. Now, again, here it's talking about the different things that you can get, but again, when you're using operators, you're giving them access to your codes. So I've been pretty deliberate in not doing that, but I haven't been needing it, honestly, and I'm just not quite ready yet, and I don't have that kind of trust with any provider in order to do that. So just use, again, at your own caution. The other thing is you can also buy more credits, and it does tell you the amounts and the things that you're using based on the different ones that you have. Now, there is a little bit that you can use with for free, so you can start off free and then buy one of these packages. But again, I'm already here on the plus, love it, use it quite often, and GenSpark is autonomous agent, so it allows you to do a lot more than you could possibly imagine, right? So get an account, don't get an account, use the free, but if you want to try this out, this is what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to start with the AI pods, where we're going to create a podcast based on the information that I provide. I am going to pause the video in between because when you're putting in a very significant podcast, it is going to take some time to do. So I will pause to save a little time for you guys so you can kind of see the end result. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube. I'm going to grab on my own channels, and just be careful, don't plagiarize and take other people's stuff, but just come in here. I'm going to use my own stuff. But if I wanted to kind of get like a quick little podcast, because maybe I want to hear the information, I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click on my videos, any one of these videos. I'm going to do this one right here, and I'm going to click on the video. I have a transcription tool that automatically I've installed called Glasp, recommended highly. It's pretty badass. I'm going to come in here. I have it right here for the transcript. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the entire transcript. And again, if you guys want to grab this, it's Glasp. It's this thing right here. Again, a YouTube summarizer that I use. Maybe I'll link it below so you guys can grab it. But I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go back to the AI pods and I'm going to drop it in here. Now, what it's going to do is going to create a podcast between two individuals talking about that particular video, and we're going to see the quality of it. Now, this video, just early on, what we're talking about is top 5 tips that we're using for voice AI when building inside of Go High Level, and hopefully you'll see that in the audio. Now, I'm only going to play a sample, again, for your own well-being, because I don't want to sit here and listen to a 5-minute video or on a podcast building, but we'll play a little bit of it and then we'll come back to it. Now, believe it or not, this is possibly using the LLM from Google. Google also has the same feature, but again, this is actually located in here. This is why I like to use it, and we're going to go back and we're going to check it out. So I'm going to pause the video. We're going to wait until this comes back. All right, so as you can see, we got the podcast, so let's just play a little bit of it. It also gives us some highlights on the left-hand side, and he kind of has it all here, which is pretty cool. And it even has a little bit of an image that it created automatically for you using GPT image. So let's listen to it.
Welcome to Tech Forward, the show where we demystify the technology that's reshaping business.
Yeah.
Today we're pulling back the curtain on voice AI, specifically inside the Go High Level platform, which has just had a major 2025 update.
And it's a critical topic, Alex.
Right.
Because while the potential is massive, many...
All right, so it's a 6-minute video. You can publish it, you can export the audio right on here, and you even have the script that it's using, which again, it's pretty awesome as you see it inside of here. Now, like again, for the fact that you're paying for this only $20 and you're automatically getting this is a pretty good deal, right? So that's number one. We got our particular podcast already fixed. Now let's go into the AI developer. And again, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on AI developer. Hey, we want to interrupt this video for a quick little minute to just let you know that I hope you're enjoying this video. We want to thank you for being here, but more importantly, we are hoping that this content helps you do whatever you're trying to do inside a high level. We also want to let you know that you have options to get additional help. We offer a $197 a month VIP coaching program that includes 4 days of office hours, first come, first serve with Andy or myself, where we go in and we answer any of your questions that you might have live with the group setting for other people that are also working in high level. We also have a VIP group where we answer questions directly one-on-one with anybody posting in that group to give you the absolute best support. It also comes with a bunch of other features, including our funnel brick system, our little mini course, and more importantly, a couple guides that'll help you through this, and also including our SOP library that we use for pretty much everything inside of our agency. So thank you for this quick little minute, but more importantly, go back to the video, get whatever you need, and if you have any questions that we can answer inside the video, just drop a comment on the video and we'll make sure to answer whenever we get a chance. And now back to the show. So here you can build a simple website or web apps. You can also do full stack website or apps, and you can also import existing GitHub projects that you have in there. I'm going to do a full stack up. I'm going to hit start building. And in here, I'm going to basically dictate exactly what I want. And notice that here, you can also pick the model that you want to use to build your app. Now, what's great about this is that obviously when you use Claude, Claude has the same ability because you have artifacts. I still go to Claude for anything coding, but the fact that this is here, it works pretty well. Now, there are some things that I do notice that sometimes it is better to work in Claude, but because I am doing so much vibe coding lately, I tend to use Claude by its own, and I actually have the $200 plan there. But the reason why I like it here is that it just has it readily available. And what it does do a little bit differently is it gives you the GitHub connection and a file explorer that allows you to do it along with the tutorial that it already provides to use the software. So it's got a couple of other cool little features that the other one doesn't. But again, just making sure you understand data. When you start connecting your GitHub, it will have access to your other GitHub files, which might have some exposure issues if you're doing any kind of long-term data. So again, but I don't use it for that. So I come in here, and if I just wanted to test an idea, and I could say something like, create an assessment that will basically determine what kind of dog a person should have based on them answering questions. Make sure at the end we give them 3 choices and likelihood by percentage that they would love this dog. All right, now also I'm being kind of dumb because I should be using the voice feature to help write this, but I just wanted to show you guys how you can do both. And I'm going to say, okay, create an assessment that basically determines the kind of dog a person should have based on them answering questions. Make sure at the end we give them 3 choices and likelihood by percentage that they would love this dog. Also make sure to include images of the dog and again, the amount of space and other things that they're going to need. So please make sure that we're going to go through this whole entire thing, and it's going to be a very user-friendly app. All right, so we have a full-fledged app. So we're going to come in here. We're going to do start the assessment. What's your living situation? I'm going to say permanent condo. Moderate, I enjoy daily tasks and walks. 30 to 30 seconds. First time experienced dog owner. Yes, young children under 8. No other pets. Moderate, weekly bruising, occasional bats. How much grooming are you willing to do? I'll say just occasionally. Non-shedding or hypoallergenic breed. I need a very quiet dog. Medium pound there. Next, temperature, climate, and mild seasons. Companionship, whatever. And final assessment. Awesome. A French bulldog. Why this book? Second choices. Now, again, and the third choice, a Dutch Hound. It sort of looks like a Dutch Hound, but probably all of these are in here, and it came up with a little thing in here. Again, just an example. You can automatically see the files created for it. You can actually connect your GitHub and send it over to them. You also have scripts, and then you have a tutorial of basically how to do anything that you want to do inside the software so that you can connect it, do whatever you want inside of it. So again, it's here. It's pretty cool. The fact that we just have this at our disposal is pretty amazing. And it uses Claude 4. If you want a little bit more of an advanced model, you could do 4.1. All right, so that shows that one off. The next one we're going to do is the AI designer, which I think is pretty darn cool. And you could see some of the ones that are already created right in here, like different posters, products, happy birthday, individual tennis players in here, as you can see there. Cool rock bands, a book. Look at that. Or a movie, I think that's it. So let's try some of these. We're going to say design book cover for children's book named Penny the Meerkat, but that's it. Let's just see how it does. And it's going to go into the canvas. Again, I'm going to pause the video. I'm just trying to make a short video. I just kind of want to show you all the different things you can do. And then we'll go back and we'll probably do a couple of these in here for this one. All right, so here we go. Here are the results of the book cover. So I'm just going to click on this little hand right here. Oh, wow. Pretty cool, right? I mean, really good, nice imaging. This is actually the one I really like. This one's actually pretty cool too. I might do this one. So if I select the pointer here and I select this one, notice I can replace the meerkat. I can give it some text elements. I can do an advanced edit, remove background remover, image unblur, magic eraser, redraw, face swap, add elements like text, image, and doodling in here, and I can export the image out. Pretty darn cool, right? Now let's do another test. I'm going to speak it out. I own Nano's Pizzeria. I need to create a food flyer advertising pineapple Pizza Friday. So I want to make sure there's a Hawaiian pizza on the main cover. And we're going to say that the special is get a full pie for $9.95 only on Pineapple Fridays at Nuno's Pizzeria. Please make a couple selection choices. I want it fresh. I want to make sure it pops, and I want it to look as realistic as possible, and do several different variations of the actual flyer so I can see different choices and styles. And I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and we're going to come back to it. Again, these sometimes do take anywhere from 5 minutes to produce. So just be aware as it's doing that, because again, it is generating this at a very high level because it's doing research. If you go back and you actually watch what it did with the meerkat, it pulled up the meerkat first. Then it pulled up known children's book, and then it started and created it. So I just want to make sure we're on the same page that this does take a hot minute, like it's doing now. It is researching different Hawaiian pizzas, different flyers that it can see. And now based on what it sees, it's going to create something similar. All right, let's see the finished product. Pineapple Friday, good on the writing, only on Pineapple Fridays at Nuno's Pizzeria. All right, it's got a couple goods. Again, we're going to select the hand right here, go to the right. Pineapple Friday, get a full pie for $9.95. Only at Pineapple Fridays, Nuno's Pizzeria. Again, pineapple, whether you like it or not, leave me in the comments. You know, obviously don't ever do this in Italy. You probably get stoned to death, but here in the US, it's a common thing and a lot of people do like it. The images look great. This looks really good. This looks really good. This looks really good. And it's got like, again, the pizzeria symbol. Again, you can have so much fun. The last one I'm going to do is a shirt. Okay, now t-shirt design. That will be for the new GenSpark features. Include the logo. All right, I'm going to be very vague on this one, and I wrote it in. I just want to see what it comes up, because you can actually design shirts in here, and you can do mock-ups directly in here now, which makes it really, really cool. All right, so then you guys kind of see it, right? So here is the shirts. Here is the designs for the t-shirts. So talk about like 3 ways you can make money. Book covers, creating flyers for businesses, and then just send it into a printer, which again, you can find one and then just charge for the printing and that, and have like a third-party white label printing business. T-shirt business, you now can design t-shirts, and there is a variety of things you can do. You can create mock-ups, you can do all these different things. And then again, if you click on the actual selector, click on the selector, and then please create hoodie and t-shirt mock-up for this design. And you have it a way that you can immediately download it and hit apply. And again, now it's going to do that. It's going to take that one thing that you liked, modify it, do whatever it is. So it does give you the editing ability to do so, which again, just adds another factor into this. Now, while this is designing to save on time, let's just keep going through this, right? So we use the AI designer, we use the AI developer, we use the AI pods. The other thing that I want to show you is AI sheets. So if I come in here And I'll just come in here and I'll say, please create Google Sheet that will show the performance over the last 4 years of NVIDIA stock. Make it all the way until today. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and hit enter. I can run up to 5 simultaneous agents on the paid plan. So just know that you guys can do this. So while we're coming up with the t-shirt designs on one, which by the way, it's already done. Look, and I can move this canvas around, which is so freaking cool. I can come in here and I can also zoom in. Look at that. Isn't that freaking cool, guys? You have like an instant t-shirt business that you can launch off the ground. This is unheard of. Like you could just set this thing to keep creating different designs based on some things that you see, create the images for design, then actually put them on t-shirts because you can download these images and going back. I literally just gave you 4 to 5 business ideas that you can do. It also does social media posts. It accesses a lot of the current imaging AI. What's really crazy about this is you can access the most up-to-date models in pretty much across the board with all of the AI that's out there directly from this one tool, which again, might be a little bit of a money saver for everybody that's got like Claude and ChatGPT and all this other things. And if you're not like a power user like myself and some of the other ones that are out there, it doesn't even make sense. I'd rather get one that does everything than versus one that is only doing one or the others. Again, the only thing that you're using a little bit of caution in is just be careful where your data is stored when you work with these, and just don't put like life information in here. Like I would never put in like my address, my like social security number, my bank account numbers, API codes. Stay away from that stuff because that's what's going to get you in trouble in here. But to do stuff like this all day long because it has absolutely no impact. All right, so you're going to come over here. It's now also doing the sheet. On top of that, let's go on to some of the other features that I've kind of talked about before, but I just kind of want to review. One, AI slides. I can come over here and remember that same exact transcript. I can say, create a slide show on this topic. And this is the transcript that I had prior. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit go. And now it's going to create a slideshow based on that. Again, I have all of these working in tangent, so then I can keep as productive as possible. But think about all the things that we did. We have an app, we have different book covers, flyers, we have shirts now, we have stock assessment that's happening, and I'm also going to be doing a slideshow. And why don't we just kind of break this kind of all things and go into AI video and AI images, because what's cool, look what they have access to. VO Fast, Kling, SeaDance Pro. These are all different tools that you can leverage to make actual long-term videos. Now, what's great about this is you can create a VO3 file or video on here, then use Seed Pro to extend the duration of the actual video based on the video that it first has. So let's do create live action show based on child, the meerkat's first day on the beach. All right, now I'm just going to go ahead and enter. We're going to let that cook with VO3 and it's reflecting back. And then what we're going to try to do is use SeaDance to make these a little bit longer, because then we're going to take this video and we're going to switch it to SeaDance to see how much further we can go, right? So this will be pretty cool. It's going to generate the video. We have all of these working at the same time. I am going to pause because this might actually take a few minutes because we have all of these going, and then we're going to go through each result. All right, while this is still going, I kind of wanted to give you a quick little update. So here's Penny and the Meerkat. How cool is that, folks? Look at this thing. That is pretty darn cool. So VO3 right here at your fingertips. And then what I'm going to do is SeaDance. We're going to make this 10 seconds. Please now continue the video where they are going into the water. All right. And we're going to hit enter. Now, while that's going, remember, this is the video piece of it. Here is the slideshow. Look, again, it took the video. Look what it did. How crazy is that? Let me just pause that video. Coming back over here. Look at this. It created a full slideshow on everything else. So now you have a completely different way that you want to do it. It even literally comes in here. Now, what's crazy about this thing is you can come in here, you can do advanced edit. And now you can actually, like, if I wanted to include an image right here, I now can just like import an image as you see it in there, because again, I could just hit insert image. I have all this other stuff here. So now you can edit, because before it would create, and then if you had to go back and change anything, you would have to redesign the whole thing. So it was a big pain in the butt. But look at this. It gives you links. It gives you charts, inserting tables. It can go back. Look at the way it did it, plus bonus, and it tells you what's going to be included in the slide and what's missing out in the target. So there's just so many things you can do here, right? Then here is the charts. It's got like an actual thing. Analyze return, 52-week low. You can create calculations based on that. And again, here is the different average, key events, like the different events that happened and made the price go up in the last several years, and then that change. But again, how awesome is this, guys? By far one of the best like tools that I've seen do everything pretty decently all around. And again, we've now, look at that, it changed it. Obviously you lose it with SeaDance, and that is definitely not a meerkat. That is an abomination of a puppy. But obviously this one on VO3 did a better job. SeaDance, not so much. It's probably because it's a light version, but you could try different ones in order to do that and kind of like start piecing the together. So again, just a lot of fun to do this in here. Now we went over slides. Now, what the crazy part about this whole thing is here's all the things you can connect. Now, again, here's where I tell you, be very, very careful, because the second you do, your information's fully out there, and that goes along all of them, guys. So, I'm just a component of just be careful what you throw in here. But it gives you all these crazy examples of everything you see in here. And again, it has the ability for you. What I also like is that it has the ability of, switching the chats that you use between all of them. So if you don't like an answer in one, you can go to the other, which I thought was really, really cool. And again, you have also the super agent. So if you come over here, you have super agent, and super agent is basically access to all the tools. But I gotta be honest, you always have a much better experience when you kind of go in there. Now, just kind of go over the different businesses that you can leverage to make your money and your $20 back. So let's just think about some of the things that I showed you. One is you can make little micro apps for people, give them access, and you can actually print them in here or put them in a different system like Lovable or Bolt. And then just now that you can test the idea here and build it out in there. The AI designer, the possibilities are absolutely endless. And everything from t-shirt design to making flowers to creating social media posts to making mock images for book covers, t-shirts, and so forth. You can make an instant t-shirt business if you're using like Printful in order to get there. AI podcasts, take any of the material that you have out there and offer people to make mini podcasts out of them. And you make a podcast where you just feature a bunch of people. AI video, you can create ads, you can create shows, you can create something that's going to be a virtual short. You guys are seeing it flood through the internet, and now you have access at literally at the top of your fingertips, right? And then you have AI sheets for any calculations or things you want to do for people. So you can take complex numbers, feed it all into there. And again, you got some sheets. And now even slideshows, create slideshows for people based on videos, based on text, and let it go in there, create certain factual points and put them in there. So you can create a business that's basically handling all the marketing media out there that you can possibly do this for the clients. And there's more. If you click on all agents, these are all the individual agents that they're in there. You know what I'm saying? There's ones that I haven't even gone over, which are like the deep research and the fact check and the call for me, where again, you got to connect certain numbers, be very careful with that. And the download for me, same exact thing, but it's something that you can definitely create. And you can create, I think, up to 50 gigabytes of storage naturally in here that you can go through. How is this not worth the $20 investment is beyond me. But again, your choice. You can use it for free, try to play it out. But imagine all the business possibilities for you to do for not only your personal business, but actually make a business out of this. So just something to think about AI when you guys are really thinking about this is, even though you know how to do it, it doesn't mean that everybody out there in the universe, and remember, only about maybe 90% of the users are using this to the level that it needs to be. So just keep an understanding and mindful of that. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Hoping you're making some money with this out there or helping your own business, and we'll see you in the next one.